Hi, this is Rachelle with Scrapcraftastic, and we are going to be working on another project. This will be a lapbook made with envelope. It will have a fabric cover, and I will try to use a lot of paper from this paper pack. I had a patron ask me about doing a non-traditional Christmas journal. So we are going to attempt to do a lapbook style, a pretty simple one. I don't know that we'll get it finished, but we'll at least get a good start, and you can see how you can build one with ta-da, these types of envelopes. Now, I know I'd already started something similar to this, and I think I've already packed it away because I'm not sure, I can't find it. I have a bin with unfinished projects, if you can imagine. So we're going to just dive into this and get busy. So let me give you an example of a lap book before we go too far. So this is one that I made a while ago, and I actually could just use this. Should I just use this, or do you want me to start from scratch? Maybe I should start from scratch. But yeah, this is a lap book. So it has one large spine and two smaller spines, and it can open like so. So you would have decorative elements throughout to fill it up. So this one, again, I made a while ago, and it's kind of sitting, waiting for me to decide what I want to do with it. But I use chipboard for that and some like packing tape, I think. I am going to use these Dollar Tree envelopes, the craft envelopes. I'm going to need two of them. And also, this is a piece of leftover packaging. I'm not sure what it was from, but a nice, somewhat sturdy piece of packaging comparable to the strength of the envelope is going to be necessary. I'm going to be using this Crystal Blues paper. I think this is the only blue paper, the Christmas paper that I have, and it's kind of already falling apart, but this is what it looks like. I've already used some, but not a lot. So we're going to try to put a healthy dent in this. So we're going to be working with that. And this is the only Christmas blue fabric that I have, or Christmas type. So we are going to roll with this one. It goes this way. Okay. And this can actually be glued to our cover. We'll get to that part in a moment. But I think I'm going to use this fusible interfacing. I think this is single-sided. It only has adhesive on one side, so I don't know if that's going to work. But if you're interested in that, they do have that at Dollar Tree. I think I need it to have adhesive on both sides. So I have this heat and bond. You can get this at Walmart, Amazon. You can just iron and adhere your fabric. It adheres one side to the fabric, one side to whatever surface you're adhering to, as long as it works with this. But what we're going to do is build our base. So I want this to be 6 by 9. I need the scoreboard. So this is going to be my left side. So I want to score from the bottom of the envelope. I'm going to use the bone folder so that I don't poke a hole in this. So make sure that's lined up well. We're going to score at 6. Flip it over. Score at 6. Let's see what that looks like. So this would fall on the inside. I'm going to give it a spine, and I think I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch. That's going to make this flap shorter, but we need that because we need room so that this doesn't butt up against the back of the journal, the back spine. So let's see, maybe I should just go on and do a whole inch. Let's keep it even and do an inch. So we already scored at 6. We're going to score at 7. That means our spine, our main spine is going to have to be, oops, sorry. Our main spine is going to have to be at least 2 inches. So maybe 3 is fine. That's a big old book. I think I'm going to go back and do 3/4, even though I already scored it. So 6 and 6 3/4 is what I'm doing. If you want your spines to be bigger, you can do that. I really don't like when I miss score, but I'm winging this. So there we go. We got our first side. And we're going to do the same thing on this one for at 6 and 6 3/4. Let's flip over. Do that again just to be sure. Since this is basically 2 pieces of paper. So then this is going to go like this. So these 2 pieces, let's fold this one in too. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to leave the clasp in place. We shall see. So let me put it together so you can see. So it's going to be like that. And then the back spine will be here. So this will be the front, this will be the back. Right. So because this is 3/4 and 3/4, that's 1.5 inches. Our spine needs to be at least 1.5. I think I'm going to go with 2. Let's see what our height needs to be. Our main spine, I guess you say. So this isn't truly 9 inches of an envelope. It's supposed to be 9 inches, but it's not. So it's 8 7/8. And this is kind of middle of the night crafting. Let's do the height. Again, this is packaging. Um, and I used the rest of it for something else. So 8 7/8. And then we're gonna go with 2 inch spine. I hope that's giving me enough. I just don't want it to be too big because the bigger it is, the more it's gonna take to fill it up. So now we just need to figure out how to attach these together. Where the other lap book is a little more sturdy, thick, heavy. It's just pretty heavyweight. Um, this one's gonna be a little more of a softy, but by the time we match the papers, it may make it a little more sturdy. So how do I want to do this? I'm going to use fabric tape. I have this cloth tape. It is from Walmart and it's very inexpensive. And let's use one of these. It says cloth tape for secure and strong support. It's a medical tape. It doesn't really say what it's specifically for, but we are going to use this to attach our spine. Let's use some of my Scotch Create glue, and I did find a good deal on this on Amazon, so you might want to check it out. I put the link in the description box below. Right. Probably put too much. I put too much. And then we are going to place this on here like so. And I'm leaving a little teeny space in between. I probably don't need it. Maybe should have left a little more space in between. So this time we'll leave a little more space. And I'll also make it longer so it can easily just wrap around. As many times as I have done this, you would think I would remember things like that, but I don't. So that's our base. Could actually use more packaging to strengthen the spine. I may do that later. We should have a little space in between. So if I want to put, which I'm thinking of doing, make this traveler's notebook style and put a journal in the middle that can be removed, then that'll work. So now I need to cover this entire back piece. Let's make sure all of that's down really well. So I'll be using the heat and bond. What I will do is cut a piece to cover this whole thing. All right, so I've ironed on the heat and bond. While I was doing that, I was thinking, well, I do want this to be kind of a squishy cover, so to have some cushion to it. And I actually have two pieces of felt that I picked up from Walmart a while ago in the craft section. They were a few cents. I don't remember exactly how much, but I just picked some up. And they also sell felt at the Dollar Tree. I know y'all are sick of me telling you what they sell at the Dollar Tree, but I mean, a lot of this craft stuff is at the Dollar Tree. Now, this is cotton batting that I got from Walmart. I got a huge, I think it was a twin size piece, a huge piece. I'm just going to cut a piece of this off and use that here. I left my scissors on the ironing board. So we'll just use these to cut this. All right, so if I remove this backing, this will stick to this. So how am I going to stick the fabric to the batting, or am I going to have to stitch? I could put another piece of the heat and bond on top of this, then glue. I'll figure it out, and when I do, I'll let you know when I come back. All right, so here we go. I decided to forget the felt and the batting and just iron it straight on to the envelopes. So that's what I did. I did go ahead and remove these clasp closure pieces because as I was ironing, this side started sticking. So I was like, I won't worry about those pockets. I'm just going to close them up. I think we will have enough envelope style pockets on the inside. So I really don't need those. So I will just go ahead and glue those down even more. But I also want to put fabric on these folds as well. And maybe I need to strengthen those up a little bit too. Let me see what. Got another piece of packaging right here. This isn't very sturdy though. Let's try it. So we did 8 7/8 before, and then both of those spines are 3/4 inch. So I'm just gonna go a hair smaller. And do I want to reinforce that as well? It won't hurt to cut the piece and decide. So let's just cut a piece and be prepared because this is shiny on that side. I'm going to use fabric hack just to make sure that they stay in place. It's time for a new bottle. I did see on Amazon that they have these 8-ounce bottles, 3 for $29. So that's what, about $10 per bottle, which is pretty good. When I catch them on sale at Walmart, they're around $11 per bottle. So, I mean, if you can afford to buy in bulk, pretty good deal, I think. Just want to make sure it doesn't interfere with the folds. Okay, let's do the other side. I hope I was in frame for that. This is so wide. Okay, so let's let those dry and I'll tear off the pieces of fabric that I'm going to use to cover those spaces. All right, I probably should iron this. Can't use that one. I could use that actually and not worry about the direction of the pattern. Should we do that? Let's do it. I need to bring my scissors back over here, but I'm going to go and iron this piece as well. Hopefully that's going to be enough. It should be. Let me iron it. So I guess this is turning out to be a no-sew fabric cover. Let's, well, there's no water in my iron, so it didn't get the wrinkles out that great. So this go here. I mean, I know it looks a little weird with the ornaments going there, but most of that's going to be covered eventually. Then this will go here. like that. So this is what the new glue stick looks like, and it's called Scotch Permanent glue stick, whereas this is called Scotch Create glue stick, but it does have permanent in the title. Photo safe, acid free, non-toxic. Okay. Since some of this will be covered with the paper that I use on the inside, I am going to use the fabric tack on the edges. I'm always torn about what to do in the corners. Let's glue this down because sometimes it's just way too bulky over there in the corner when I do that fold over flap like this and then fold that over. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too much. So I'm going to do it that way. Let's see. I got butterfingers tonight. I love this time of year. When the time changes in the fall, so get really sleepy early because I wake up so early. But I love waking up early. Feel like I get so much more done. Okay, it seems a little floppy, but we'll see what happens when I start adding the cardstock layers. So that is the base. This is the beginnings of the non-traditional Christmas journal. I'm doing it Lapbook style. We use two 9 by 12-ish envelopes, some fabric from my stash, and some heat and bond to adhere the two together with a little glue in the mix. If you don't have the heat and bond and you don't mind sewing, this could have been sewn. And if I had sewn it, I probably would have used the batting or the felt to give it a little more of a plush feel. But since I'll be decorating all of this, I think it should be fine. All right, so if you've tried this method before, let me know. If you have any comments, suggestions, recommendations, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and you may be interested in this other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.